uh, divine influences at bay, with the devouring being a influence from the fiendish shard. But in Aophic, they took extra precautions and have a secondary legendary creature that lives in the Silent Lake, claiming it as its own domain, creating a two-layered buffer. And you kind of flip through the pages, and you eventually stumble upon a full-page image of the creature, as well as a name.
Let's go.
That I need to make sure I find it correctly in my notes.
Oh, its name is Jenny? That's very cute.
I want to be friends with Jenny.
You're right. I need.
Your boy? Did I stutter?
There we go. This name. Oh no. You know, it's great when you write down a name and then you haven't said it in a while, so you're like,
How do I pronounce this?
Reminder.
But you figure out that the creature in the Silent Lake is a kraken by the name of Karuda. It's Karuda the Countless.
Oh. Because you can't count.
Love that.
A being with so Caruda. Karuda is the stories that revolve around them. Generally reference the countless tentacles that seem to be able to span over miles and devour any soul so unlucky to make its way into their domain. While it is violent, generally, it has been known to pick its favorites, those it deems worthy, to kind of become its people and its representatives.
All right.
Can't wait for Octavia to be a fathomless warlock.
But yeah, it is a full-fledged kraken.
Love
that is the monster in the Silent Lake.
Thank you for the lore, Daddy.
All right.
Feed me more. I'm hungry.
Hungry, please.
Sorry.
Menace
All right.
team.
I guess the other topics I will save for later. So that's what I'll stick with that for now.
Beautiful. I will say one more thing. When you read the name, there is this kind of short searing pain in your forehead. And a secondary presence that recognizes you for a moment.
All right.
But yeah.
All right. I guess the rest of the time he will spend continuing his magic studies.
Fantastic. Go ahead and get your levels all switched up and such.
Mm-hmm.
Who is up next?
I guess I will start.
Beautiful. Let's go then.
So before he starts doing the little nitpicky things, the one thing I wanted to clear with you, Max, is the cost of the item, because he's gonna have bought it before doing anything with any of his friends.
Got you. This is the one that you had messaged about earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that you said I could just buy straight up.
Yep. I just gotta make sure I remember this Artem costs.
Would I have
Do.
found this 1500? But I don't know. Correct.
Why not? It is. Yeah, it is that, which is then up here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Magic items for sale. It's gonna be one of those. Let's quickly do one of these. Ooh. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me real fast.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything on my ability to do that. 24.
24. So you go out looking in the artisan's court, kind of jumping from shop to shop. Nothing necessarily catches your eye until you catch this kind of glint of silver down an alleyway. And you don't know why, but something pulls you down the alleyway to this almost like ancient gnomish individual. He's got like half of his hair is just sticking out the side. It's stark white and fuzzy. He's got cataracts in like one eye, and his other eye is just kind of like darting and looking around.
My uncle.
He kind of gestures over to you to come deep into the hall, into the alleyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go into the alleyway.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Why not?
Would you not?
Come.
He like points
So-
them so first, like me.
Yes. Come now.
All right. What's up?
You-
What's up, dude?
You seemed like an interesting fellow, and I thought you might be interested in a proposition that I had for you.
I'm listening.
Do you happen to find yourself in the needs of shiny and pointy things?
He like gestures down at like the swords on his hip, and kind of just looks around. He's like, starts thinking about his broken ribs, and he goes, "Oh yeah, shiny,
yeah.
pointy. That's a plus."
I quite thought so. He like
Wait a
turns
minute.
around.
Is this some kind of like I'm a bard, but like I'm good.
As you were talking about this, he turns around, reaches into his coat, quickly turns around, the flap of the coat flying,
Did I just
reveal
get flashed?
to reveal a fully closed old gnomish man holding a javelin twice his size, with lightning bolts etched into the sides of, like, into the points. I seem to have stumbled upon something quite interesting here, and thought that might be something that you would find yourself interested in.
Zephyr's like wide-eyed for a second, and he gets his composure, and he goes, "Whew. Yes."
Lovely. Just a quick exchange of money, and just looking around. It's all yours.
Can I like hold it first to like
Oh
be able to
yes,
make sure
yes,
it's genuine?
please. please.
Do I have to roll anything? or
Don't
do
pull
I
any
know?
fast ones now. He like pulls
course,
back the
of course.
javelin.
Of course. Can I like tell that it's legit? Or do I need to roll?
You go ahead and like touch it, and you can feel the little crackles of lightning
Ooh.
kind of enter into your hand.
I'll give you 100 gold for it.
He looks down at like a little price tag that said 100 gold on it. Sold.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Octavia definitely knows this man.
Was that was the roll for it, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was because I rolled high? Or
Oh yeah.
okay. Perfect. That's good.
Octavia definitely knows this man, and she definitely knows where he got that from.
Oh yeah. Almost definitely. Yeah, you hand over 100 gold.
Take the risk, the gamble. Oops.
He hands you over the spear or the javelin. Quickly counts the gold like into a little pouch. A pleasure having business with you. You blink and he's gone.
As I'm blinking, I'm like, so how illegal is this? Oh well.
You can always ask.
My party's not snitches.
Well, I mean,
Well,
more of an issue if someone like says,
Yeah,
"Hey,
I know.
that's my javelin. I'm gonna beat
Yeah.
you up."
Fair enough. So he kind of
But yes, you can add a javelin of lightning to your inventory.
Cool.
Aw.
All right, now for the fun part. Now for the part that's probably gonna take half the session by the time it's all done. So during Aaron's session, I've been rolling die to kind of figure out the order that this is gonna go in. But I'm gonna have little interactions with the rest of the party, and we're gonna start with Al. Where would Al be like typically during the day if he's not at classes?
If I'm not at classes, I'm probably probably at the shop.
Okay. You, after classes, go to the shop, and Zephyr's already there. I mean, he's just kind of looking around, kind of chatting with Mal a little bit. But he hears that door open, and his head snaps towards you, and he goes, "Yes! Yes, 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 I knew you'd be here. Alright, Al. I want to try some cool stuff, right? Okay? I've got... You like making weapons, right? You like making cool stuff?
I mean, my specialty is armor and shields, but yeah, I can make things.
Okay. Well, do I have a father-son bonding, because he like gestures, he like grabs the sword that was on his hip, because Mal made a really cool sword, and I think the two of you could do something really cool. And two, I think it would be really fun to try some stuff out, and I need someone who is good at what they do and won't scam me. And I trust you on both fronts.
Scam him.
I'm a little afraid to ask what you want from me, Zephyr.
All right. Okay. So, first off, it's some easy stuff, and I'm willing to pay if that's what it comes to. Just some like simple things, like I'd like another one of these great swords, the +1s. They're pretty good. I'd also like a, if something of a +2 Warhammer exists. Trying experimenting with some new stuff. And then there's this, and he pulls out Julia just gave me a great idea. He pulls out his phone, and like starts scrolling through his iPod. and he goes, "Look at this." He points the screen towards Al, and it's a video of someone holding, that's not Zephyr, holding just a gun, just a Glock, and like it's like one of those in-depth YouTube videos that whoever.
Oh no, who left? Who left? you made Connor leave.
He's gone.
Oh no.
Connor's
What
like,
happened?
Connor's like, I'm not here for this bullshit. Bye. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's getting clipped.
Oh.
Well, that's
I'm gonna cry. That was so funny.
Where did Sam go?
With the mention of a Glock, and it looks like Connor might be having some internet issues. Let's do a quick break.
Yeah, just real quick. Just a real quick break.
We'll be right back as we wait for everyone to come get their connection back.
Oh. All right. We'll see you.
Let's see you in a sec.
We're live.
Welcome back.
Audio, welcome back.
We're all here.
Welcome back.
So, blocks and pistols.
Yeah.
So, do we want to get straight into crafting this stuff?
Yeah. If Al is.
Yeah, sure.
So, I will say for experimentation for the
Tell me what I
pistol,
pay.
you're probably going to need to fork over 400 gold pieces.
Easy.
And this includes buying or crafting a like traditional, more like flintlock pistol and upgrading it from there.
Okay, yeah. I Venmo'd Al.
Nice.
Beautiful. So Al, I'm gonna need first a straight intelligence roll, and then secondly an Arcana check.
Straight intelligence. Get out of the character builder, you.
And you can buff these with whatever you want.
A 15, and I'll add a flash of genius, so 19.
Lovely.
The intelligence check, and then the Arcana check is going to be a 25.
Fantastic. Okay, so we'll say you already have a like pistol in shop, and Mal ends up coming over to you and kind of sheepishly hands you some schematics that they had been working on about how to modify the loading process and really make it more effective and creating magical rounds that are infused in cartridges instead of traditionally loading lead pellets and stuff. But with the two of you working together, you're easily able to formulate the schematics and everything to make this kind of dream, this image, a reality. It's going to cost you another, because you rolled so well, it'll be another 200 gold on top of it. But you think you'll be able to pull it off.
Sweet.
I can do that.
Your expertise will really begin to show with the fine metallic work, giving it kind of a silver coating. Mal really gets in there with some of the detailing, creating kind of these wispy waves that go down the handle that turn into like a note at the base.
So goddamn cool. It's not even a real gun.
It does take you probably a good 2 weeks to fully construct this to the point of you're not worried that it's going to blow up in Zephyr's hand.
Okay.
Not what it's supposed to do.
And then I would say you have to kind of spend another couple weeks or so off and on teaching Zephyr how to handle a firearm, which is going to cost you another 100 in ammunition, Zephyr.
Cost me a what? I'm sorry.
It costs you another 100 gold pieces in ammunition, but then
For a
you
gun,
can add firearm proficiency, so you can actually use this weapon.
How do I proficiency or weapon?
I think if you click on proficiencies, you can add custom proficiencies, and you can add your firearms.
Okay. Firearms. Yep.
But other than time, everything seems to go by swimmingly.
Nice. Max.
What's up?
So we didn't do this for the first time, but since this is my shop,
Okay.
do I get any return?
You can always upcharge. The prices I'm giving you are that of like just the cost of the materials flat out.
Okay. Zephyr's my friend. I would never.
But if you are
Let him
trying to
dry.
turn a profit,
Let him dry.
You're right.
gonna need to add a percentage on top.
No, I think I'm good for now.
Ah, coward.
Yeah.
Zephyr can always throw in a tip if he wants.
Yeah, he should
Zephyr
tip.
will
In fact,
definitely throw in a tip.
in fact, if Octavia heard that he was getting like Al's artisan goods for like just base material price, she'd be like, "It's rude if you don't tip, love. And if you don't tip, you're gonna find the tip of my sword in your shoulder."
No, Zephyr would have given a 200 gold tip because he's still kind of poor.
Crap.
I thought you were gonna say a 2 gold tip.
Yeah.
Gold,
Here you go, buddy.
2 gold.
2 gold and a
Treat
piece of
yourself
gum.
to
I
something
don't think
nice.
you realize how when we went shopping, I bought like the bare minimum. Zephyr's rich.
But yes, Zephyr, you have your pistol, you have your javelin. If you're going for your nunchucks, it'll be another.
Bless you.
Blaze?
Let's say another 200 gold pieces on top of that.
And then how much were the sword and hammer?
Those for both +1, those are each 200. If you're having Al do it.
Okay.
Now this is gonna eat a lot into your time.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I would also like I like Mal's work too, so it doesn't have to be just Al working on it.
For them to craft magical items, they kind of have to work on it together to
Oh.
get it done in any reasonable amount of time.
Would they have had just a +1 of these weapons laying around like they did before, or?
You know, Al, go ahead and roll a D100.
I don't want to use up all this time.
44.
The answer would be no.
25.
Ah.
There are other shops, but you risk the price a little more. You might get upcharged a little more than the 200.
Would it
So-
use less time if I already had the weapon and they needed to put the stuff on?
I mean, like Al and Mal can forge the base weapon in like a couple hours. Especially working together at full capacity. The enchantment is what takes the longer period of time.
Okay. I will ignore the nunchucks, and for now I can just buy a +1 sword elsewhere. But the +1 hammer is the one that I also want. If that's cool. If Al's okay with that.
Hey, I don't need much time. I just need to do some shopping of my own, and I have nights free.
Fair enough.
A +1 sword elsewhere is going to cost you 500.
Yeah, that's fine.
Got to pay for that convenience.
And then it would 200 for the other two. All right, I didn't even use half my gold.
Jesus.
I mean, we've got platinum. We've got platinum.
Fuck, you weren't
That's true.
kidding. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
It's like y'all have some money. You could try to buy some rare items, but it's gonna be interesting. I will say Al is probably itemed out for this time jump.
What you mean?
Making stuff.
Ah,
If other people want Al to make things for baseline prices, it might be a little more difficult for him.
yeah. So watch it.
Here, if I make this weapon, you do the puzzle box.
I'll do it.
I'll do it for free if you give this a shot.
Damn, why didn't you tell me?
Oh.
That's a
So
gamble.
Zephyr, you have a
lot of-
good
a lot
old.
of
You have
stuff.
like a duffel bag of weaponry right now.
Zephyr goes in for a handshake with Al, and as soon as Al takes his hand, assuming he does, Zephyr pulls him in for like one of those hugs. Like, he's very happy. Thank you so much. This is gonna be so cool.
Yes, I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie, but
Don't worry about it.
with the training, you should be good.
And Zephyr goes on his way. And next up on my list was where would he catch Octavia?
That's a really good question.
Poker.
Yeah, she's probably playing poker. Be honest. Her downtime is either spent at the docks, just like talking with the merchant traders and like the people from, her clan. Just kind of keeping an eye on things and making sure they're getting fair deals and like talking with officials, which is very weird if anybody happens to spot her because she looks very formal when she does so. But then afterwards they go out drinking, and so she's definitely found like where the lake folk typically gather after their hard day's work when they're in the city. And she's there playing poker with like her clansmen and some randos who decided to think that they could run the table, even though she's gonna bleed them dry.
I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna lose me money, even as a bit. I'm not prepared to pay for a joke.
Yeah, y'all want to play poker? You want to play a game?
I will play a game.
I will not. Zephyr kind of like catches Octavia probably as she's leaving for the night, like from the bars.
We can work out what she won later,
Yeah.
or
Just roll me a d20 plus your sleight of hand. So a sleight of hand
all right,
check.
you got it.
Man, I should have played a scam artist. That would have been a lucrative character.
I'm sorry, my sleight of hand is +10. It made me laugh. That's a 27.
27, we love that. You walk out of there with 170 gold.
Oh, you love to see it. As she's leaving, she's definitely like buying up the attention and like the better luck next time, loves. If you really want to play another round, we can some other time, but it is getting late, as you know, and I do have things to do. She doesn't. She just likes to say that she does.
Archie kind of meows, grabbing your attention as Zephyr kind of walks right at your 90-degree angle as you're coming out of the bar.
She just raises an eyebrow and stops. She's like, hello, Zephyr. What are you doing here this late? Little close to the docks, aren't you?
Am I not supposed to be?
No, I just wasn't expecting it.
Kind of grew up around this area, give or take. But anyway, I got a proposition.
I'm terrified. Continue.
I need someone's expertise who know this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
Is that a new weapon on your back?
Which one is she referring to?
The javelin. The javelin.
He probably would have left the javelin. Oh no, this would have been right after. Yeah.
So it's sticking out of the duffel bag. You are just clattering down the street with the several different items, like ching, ching,
He probably
ching,
dropped
ching.
off the stuff from Al, but forgot to. And alright, so the way I view it is he got the stuff from Al, took it to the dorm, and as he was trying to find Octavia one of those nights, he came across the little man, so he's just got the javelin with him.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, this gnome-ish dude sold it to me for a bargain too. It was 100 gold.
You didn't happen to find him in an alley, did you?
Well, I mean, he kind of found me in an alley, but...
Yeah, Davik tends to do that. Yeah, note to self, if you see Davik in an alley, don't go down it. You don't know where that's been, you don't want to know whose it was.
What's mine now?
Alright, never mind. Yes, about this proposition of yours.
So, I need to know what you know. I overheard some, upperclassmen talking about how there's this type of, this magic item that can... It's like a small dagger-like blade that can just launch you 30 feet in any direction with no consequences, and I want it.
Do I need to roll something to see if I've heard about this?
Zephyr, are you talking about a specific magic item?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one that I mentioned in my, my doc, that you said somebody roguish would know about it. It was one of the original three that you said I couldn't put all three in at once.
Oh, this is one of those. Yes. Make a history check, Octavia.
Let's hope I roll good. I have a -1. Oh, it's a 17.
Okay.
Rolled an 18. That was pretty good.
I would say you've heard stories, you've heard tales of people that seem to have the ability to kind of jump from position with their weapon. But haven't run into anyone in your lifetime.
You know, I've heard of something a little similar. But if that's what you're really looking for, I suppose... Do I take you there? Oh, it might be kind of funny. You know what? Let's go! You know what? Zephyr, follow me. Maybe someone I know.
With him, just to clarify.
She's not paying attention.
Yeah.
She's very familiar with flintlock pistols. They use a lot on... The Lakefolk people use them a lot. Although they're not fond of them, but they're good for keeping away monsters. They never use them against people. She'll just beckon Zephyr to follow her. Come along. Chop chop.
Yeah, he follows.
She's going to lead him to the Thieves Guild.
Interesting. Okay.
Is what's his name there?
Alexander. You should be. Alexander should be there.
So yeah, you make your way over there. Zephyr, make a perception check for me.
Seven.
Beautiful. Totally does not see it. But Octavia, as you're kind of walking through, there are at least half a dozen Thieves Guild scouts that you run into. People that recognize you, acknowledge you, gesture, look over to your companion, and have hands on swords and stuff.
And
kind of
she may
waiting
Yeah.
if you need. Like, is this someone we're robbing? Like, they see the magic weapon on the back.
Yeah, she makes a because there is a written form of Thieves' Cant, but I also think that there is a signal version of Thieves' Cant that is a lot
absolutely.
like ASL. And she definitely makes the signal that he's with me, don't mess with him.
They immediately react. It was one of those, like, there's a couple people that are itching for it.
Oh yeah, she knows. And as they're walking, she's gonna be like, you know what, love? Just in the future, as an advice, if you're coming down anywhere near the wash-up or some of the disenfranchised parts of Eofic, highly advise you leave your magical weapons out of sight. I've stopped you from being robbed like 5 times already.
All right. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And she will lead him to like the dingy bar that's the front for the Thieves Guild. And it looks like a dead end. There's like, it's seedy. There's some people like super drunk just hanging around, and it looks tiny and gross. And she's just like, it's good to be home.
The Open Barrel. I was like, what's the name of it again?
Yeah. I was hoping that you would look.
I got it. It's the Open Barrel.
Yeah, so she leads you to a place called the Open Barrel, and when you walk in, there's like mysterious stains on the floor. Like the counter, the bar top has been like ripped open, like many a fight has happened, and it's maybe there's 2 chairs that aren't broken. And she's like, well, what do you think?
So on one hand, it's probably the like most rundown looking bar I've ever seen. On the other hand, it kind of reminds me of home.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet. And she's going to make her way to the back, and she's going to nod to the bartender and just beckon Zephyr to follow her. By now, I'm sure word's already gotten out that Octavia's on her way with a friend.
Yep.
I feel like I'm gonna get mugged.
Oh, you almost did. Don't worry about it.
You nod, head through to the back, make your way down the stairway that is just conveniently behind some boxes that get shifted over to the side, into the guild headquarters. You open up the door, and it is relatively quiet. For a second, you kind of walk through. Make a perception check, Octavia.
You got it. Not as good. The 16.
16.
Mhm.
You walk in, do a quick look around, you get about 2 or 3 steps forward with Zephyr following in behind you, before there is a quick little present, the shimmer of a silver blade against Zephyr's throat, and just a whisper in your ear, Zephyr. Well, who might you be?
Oh, just a funny little guy that, you know, Octavia.
Oh, love. Just continue walking. They won't hurt you because you're with me. This one's here with me. I promise. He's not smart enough to give away our location, I promise. He was not paying attention to where we were going on the way here.
You know, okay.
you turn around, and Hyrudin is standing there right behind Zephyr, blade out to the side, a smile across his face. He's like, "Oh, come on, Tavi. You know you've got to give us a little warning here. I'm going to have to dispose of your little toy."
Don't worry about it. He's here with me. He has a question about a very interesting weapon, and I must say that I'm intrigued. It was rather last minute, and I apologize for that, but I thought, I could buy a few round of drinks and make everybody a little bit more at ease.
You know, Tavi, you buy us a bottle or two, and I think we're going to be fine. You hear that? And he, turns around, he waves his hand, and you see probably a good dozen thieves just pivot around from different poles and walls and fill back in this bar. And the bartender pops back up from the bar. He's already got 2 bottles of vodka, pops open the corks. There's just a line of shot glasses.
Yeah.
It'll cost you $20 or 20 gold pieces for both
easy.
bottles.
She will spend 40 to make sure that they have a good time.
Beautiful.
Octavia, I don't know if you're helping me right now or putting me in more danger, to be honest.
Oh, don't worry, love. This place is quite safe when you're with me. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a little popular around here. Welcome, as I should say, since no one's given you the proper one, to the Thieves Guild.
Wait, so that wasn't the proper welcome?
Oh, it's a welcome of sorts. It's also
lovely.
a goodbye that I saved you from. So don't worry about that. She's just going to kind of move into the crowd, and she's kind of just going to start up conversation with different rogues and thieves and just start asking around, hearing if anybody's heard of this weapon that Zephyr's looking for. And she's like, and if anyone offers you a drink aside from the bartender, don't drink it. They're probably trying to get you drunk.
Yeah, no, I got that much.
And keep an eye on your items. I've told you,
Oh no,
people
his
get a
hands
little
have not left his
handsy.
his fancy javelin.
Octavia, you kind of meander your way into the crowd, starting to ask for information. And Zephyr, you are
We're all bopping.
sorry, everyone just started bobbing at the same time. But Zephyr, you're kind of standing off to the side in a corner, and you hear a little bit of a familiar voice. So, Zephyr, I see you've come with Tavi. Been a second.
It's the worst owl. It's bad owl.
No.
Excuse me?
No, he doesn't say that out loud. Oh, you're. I know you. You're the guy who stabbed Octavia.
Alexander.
And Lily. And Al. You've stabbed a lot of my friends.
Would you like to join them? I mean,
no.
Are you feeling
not
left out?
really. No. Frankly, Lily and Al aside, because they're pretty cool. Props on Octavia.
Excuse me?
She's fine now, so I think we can just laugh about it. I've been trying to prank her in some regards since she moved in, so
Alexander encroaches on your space and kind of begins to move towards you a little bit, and
hey, Matt, with all due respect, you're kind of in my bubble right now.
is that so? I'm so sorry.
Gonna get his ass
Pardon
beat.
me. And you feel this little presence begin to emanate from Alexander. Little wisps of something begin to kind of appear in his eyes. Well, it's
Look, man, you kind of got a little thing going on.
he looks away.
Look, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones, is all I'm saying. That's kind of how I drew the connection to you, because we don't talk.
Well, maybe we should change that then.
Yeah, I'm down.
Can I buy you a
You
drink?
seem like a cool guy. Sure. Wait. No.
And Octavia's like, I would like to say at this point, like Octavia's dancing with someone.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely like some dancing's broken out. Now she kind of overhears as she walks by. And she's like, "This one's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about it. Take him up on the offer." And then she like dances past.
Yes, Zephyr. Take me up on the offer.
You know what?
You wouldn't want to be rude, now would you?
I'm gonna die tonight.
Yeah, he like firmly grasps Zephyr's shoulder, like, take me up on the offer.
You know what? Now would not be a good time to make enemies.
Bartender, we'll have 2 doubles each.
Okay.
That sound good, Zephyr? A
You know
man
what,
of
yeah.
your stature, obviously.
Of course.
Of your expertise.
I almost outdrank one of the casks. It was a close drinking match. I
No,
am.
was it?
I'm sure. He, like,
Forgot about that.
He slides over the shot to you. Then cheers, then, Zephyr. Clink. Throws it back. Octavia, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Get out here. Do a thing. Okay. My persuasion is also a 10. It's 23.
You end up talking to a couple people, making your way around, and you find an old arms dealer.
Ah.
A Aarakocra individual who weathered, has kind of a big scar over one eye, the chip out of his front beak, kind of molting on like the back of his head, has seen his share of adventures throughout the years. But he gives you some information that specifically pertains to the item that you're looking for. A dagger of darkness, an assassin's blade, has several different names, but seems to match the description of what you're looking for.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. The last appearance of this weapon was somewhere in the waste.
It would take a trip out into the wasteland.
I mean,
There's
if you
no way
so
of
happen to
finding
find
one.
your
Like in the city.
in the city, I can always reach out to some contacts, but it's not looking great. A lot of these weapons seem to have ties with the divines themselves, the goddesses, so they're usually either kept by the church or private dealers like myself.
And I'm going to guess that you don't currently have one, do you?
Not on. I
Shame.
could talk around. There might be someone in Tridel who has heard of a weapon.
Yes, I can assure you that if you do manage to find one, I'll make sure the buyer will pay you handsomely.
Understood. I will get looking, Tavi.
Thank you, good sir. You know, I always appreciate it. Drink, be merry. This, it's not so often that I come around anymore while I'm in school, but I try my best.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
She will, like, as if she had a hat, tip her hand.
He kind of
My
just
lady.
tips his wing to you.
My lady.
She's definitely chivalrous, when she wants to be. Yeah.
we go back to Zephyr and Alexander. Zephyr, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, I saw that one coming.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Ugh.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, bestie.
Alexander has finished 3 cups on his side, and there are 3 cups on. Well, there are 2 cups on Zephyr's side and 1 in his hand. The balance is starting to wobble. Alexander looks up at you, Octavio, as you enter, kind of approaching the conversation. It's like, well, I warmed him up for you, so
What?
good luck, Tavi.
What? What did you... Don't you go anywhere. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. We were just having a little bit of a chat.
How far?
A
how
good
far gone am
time. How far gone are you?
Yeah.
Clinging to consciousness.
Oh, wow, you got
this
really
guy's-
drunk.
This guy's
What
pretty.
happened while I was gone? I was
Cool.
simply...
Well, you know, not everyone can handle their 169. So,
You what? This...
169 proof?
Alessander, this man clearly cannot handle the kind of drink that you and I enjoy.
I mean, he's a performer. He's got his wits.
Woo! And Octavia stands there and she's like, he didn't have any to begin with.
More enjoyable. But
What are you insinuating? One more
been?
time.
nothing at all.
She kind of gives him an odd look and she's like, well, Zephyr, if you can even understand me now, I found someone who has an idea of where to get the weapon you're looking for. As I knew they would. And she kind of flips her hair. And she's like, so, what am I supposed to do with you now? It's not like I can exactly carry him.
I mean, I guess you might have to stay around, have a drink or two. We can always
Oh.
prop him up in a lovely little booth. Get him some bar snacks.
Yeah, and
What's up,
maybe some water. Yeah, I suppose I could stay for a bit.
Well, lovely then.
And she kind of looks at Zephyr and she's like, all right. Ugh, you take one arm and I take the other.
Lift on 3.
Okay. And she will help him lift, and as they're dragging him back to the... She's like, do you know this little... She, like, what? You can see she, like, so close wants to, like, just throttle him while she has the chance. And she's like, he tried to fight me in the Anything Goes fight night. And then the other party members that I have were trying to help him from outside the ring. They kept trying to put him back on his feet and give him healing, and one girl even threw a broom at him. I still kicked his ass, but jeez.
It was me. I'm the girl that took the room.
As Zephyr is getting dragged, he kind of like.
When he just shows up.
You know,
Yeah.
Tavi, what? I
Yes.
give you shit, but you're like really cool.
She
So,
kind of like she kind of pauses as she looks down at him. She's gonna like bop his forehead and just be like, shut up. And her face has gone red. She's like, nobody needs to know that.
As you kind of blush, you see that Alexander noticed. And, you know, Zephyr might miss a step and he stumbles a little bit. On accident, of course.
Oh, totally an accident. And
This
she...
floor is not good.
Oh, the flow's perfectly fine. You're just drunk off your ass. And they're going to, like, prop him up in, like, the corner of a booth where he's, like, maybe the lights and the noise won't bother him so much. She just kind of sits down and she's like, ugh, what am I going to do with him? It's like watching after a child. We already have a child. I don't need 2.
Not everyone can be as fantastic as you, Tavi.
She kind of snorts and looks away, but that blush is not gone.
Anyway, would you, It's been quite a while, and I do have them playing your favorite song. Would you care for a dance?
Yeah. Bend my arm, why don't you? And she will stand and offer him her hand.
Alexander pulls you away for a dance. But Zephyr, while you were at the table, the lights hurting your eyes, the room spinning a bit, there is this sense of clarity that you feel. From a little ring that exists on your finger. It just kind of pulses coldly. It fills you with the sensation of like a midnight wind.
I'm assuming it doesn't knock sobriety into me or anything.
Not quite. But there is the sensation that it wants to reach towards that javelin behind you.
Oh. I'm gonna let it. I'm just gonna do it.
Junk off my
Yeah.
ass. Weapon.
Jog off ass. I'm like, all right, that sounds. I got you. He's like talking to me. He's like, I got you.
You reach back, kind of grab onto it, bring it in front of you. It doesn't really seem to do anything for a second. But you're like, you kind of turn your head, you think about it, give it a good feel, and almost out of nowhere, you watch as the ring around your finger turns into quicksilver, as it just spews out, wrapping around the javelin, and then back into the ring.
The best
And-
place
Wait.
for...
Give it back.
Zephyr, I need you to roll a d20.
Oh, no.
Love to see
4.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing. Most of these people are rogues, so they should have good deck saves. Ooh.
Oh
Ooh.
Oh no.
No.
That's a lot of damage.
That's hefty.
no.
But Zephyr, you shake your hand, and you fling it like this way, and you watch in a moment the ring, and in the way that you've pulled weapons out of your ring before, kind of transferring them into your movement, you flick your finger, and you watch as that javelin reemerges in its
That's not
entirety, immediately turning into a lightning bolt as it rockets across the room and sticks itself into the wall on the other side. There is a clap of thunder, and it kind of clips a couple people as it goes. Roll 4d6 of lightning damage.
Oh
Do I need to make a deck save?
It doesn't clip you.
Okay.
Probably clips Austin.
no! That's 14.
14. Okay, so with most of these people having evasion of some type, you do clip a couple of people, and you get some dirty looks.
That knocks him stone cold sober. He's just.
Oh,
Shit.
you kind of bring your hand up, and you watch as the javelin returns to that quicksilver and flies back into your ring.
Now I know what this looks like.
That's not mine.
Where'd it go? You don't have any poof.
There are a couple people that kind of like walk up quickly.
Now,
Well,
can
a
we talk
figure, the figure that had you a knife to your throat earlier, quickly walks up to you and goes, "Ah, well, I'm so glad that you are enjoying yourself here, but you might want to keep the fireworks to a minimum." And he like shoots a glare over at about 4 different people that were approaching you, and they immediately kind of back off a little bit.
Valid. It's not intentional, and it will not happen again.
Oh, it better not.
And it will not.
And it will not happen.
It will not.
What are you doing? And Zephyr's just...
Yeah, Hyruden kind of leaves you to be your own, but so that you know, the Javelin of Lightning is now part of your magic weapon, and you can expend movement to draw it out from the weapon like you can any other weapon.
So it begins.
And I will say, the ring, there's a sense of what is it? Satisfaction? No.
Satisfaction?
Satisfaction. Thank you. Brain was not working there. But the ring gives you a sense of satisfaction. Like, it's happy.
So you thought that was funny, huh?
Roll a
You're
d20
right,
for
it
me.
Kind of was. 16.
You're not sure, but you swear it laughed.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. He looks up and just sees like the smoking hole from where the javelin landed. He goes, "Okay, yeah, it was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie." Cool. Well, hey Octavia.
They're dancing.
They're dancing away.
How do I leave?
Zephyr, is there anything else you wanted to do? You can easily get the rest of your items, the rest of the weapons that you were choosing inside of your ring, just kind of by touching them and going over them. And as you do so, each weapon that you put inside of the ring, you feel the ring's emotional complex a little bit more each time.
Sus.
Thus,
So we in it for the long haul, eh?
Sus.
Cool. So I put everything in the ring that I got except for my longsword.
Understood.
So the gun, the hammer, the javelin, and... I got the nun. I think. Did I not?
Do you make-
no, you didn't.
I did
You
not
did
get
not.
the
Not
nunchuck.
yet.
But you still
Do you
got
make
money.
Finger guns for your real gun, and it comes out of the ring. It's like you're like this, and it comes
Oh my
out.
God,
And you're like,
that's so good.
It like melds around your hand and into it.
yeah.
That's so cool.
That's
I
sick.
love that.
I will say all the weapons that they have like their own shimmers and metallic kind of gleams before you put them in the ring, but afterwards there is a slight gold and like dark purple hue
I got the gold
that-
camo.
it almost it's like an opalescent kind of quality that if you shift it through the light, it'll shift from gold to a violet purple.
That's so cool.
Hey, that's my brand. Those are my colors.
You're not allowed.
Back off.
Save for me, TM.
Those are mine.
So yeah, I think that's all that I want to do at the bar. For now. Yeah.
Okay. Let's jump. I know you might have some other stuff to do,
That's-
but let's
yeah.
jump to someone
Give
else.
Someone else's spin.
Anyone else got anything that they want to go for? I know, Al, you've got some shopping to do. Lily, did you want to do any research or information?
Yes.
Let's do Lily.
I want to hang out with the Eclipse.
Cool.
I thought I was
I
having
wanna-
a villain arc, but now I'm
Yeah.
worried.
I want to figure out what they're all about.
Okay.
Insider.
Because, admittedly, she did not understand what their mission was last time she was there, because they didn't act like bad people.
Okay. Yeah, you here.
I think she just starts, like, wandering down the same alleyway, vaguely recalling where it was. But I think there wasn't, like, an actual entrance last time she was there. So she's like, oh, I think she doesn't exactly know what to do from there.
I would say you get close, and then there's definitely figures that begin to kind of flank you. Traveling like 10 feet behind you, there's no way that they can hide from you, even though they seem to be trying to stick from the stick to the shadows.
I think in that case, she like when they're like hiding, she just like turns around. She like lets them follow her for a little bit, and then she turns around. She's like, "Do you remember how I can get into the Eclipse place?"
Well, first of all, you say Eclipse out loud, and you there's some
We're gonna
shooting
find out-
pain.
We're gonna find out real quick if they're part of the Eclipse or not.
Oh,
it-
right, because it is similar. It is to yeah,
To people that aren't in the Eclipse.
yeah. So there's like that build up where you feel like the pressure at the back of your head, like a migraine's coming on. But it it disapparates before it becomes like shooting pains. And there's not really many words. Everyone seems to be wearing cloaks and hoods. But one figure that is wearing kind of this golden band begins to kind of gesture over to the side and lead you down a alleyway to a dead end. In which they kind of get to the dead end. They manipulate a couple bricks here and there. A doorway opens, and the familiar sight of a very sophisticated research laboratory opens up in front of you. This one more complex than the last one. They seem to have completed a internal space enchantment, so it is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. You end up walking onto a like balcony that overlooks a like facility, in which you see various beasts and creatures that seem to have the devouring being experimented on. You see blood being drawn, it being infused into different people. Everyone walking around with lab coats and research implements around them. There aren't many faces that you can see. Most people are cloaked and hooded, protecting their identity. But it is unmistakable when well, hello there. It's been quite a while since I've seen you last time.
Oh, I forgot how much I hate her.
Yeah, how you been, Lily?
Oh my god, it's Flowey.
How have you been?
Well, I've been alright, but it kind of seems like we might all die soon. And I hope we don't, but we might.
Why do you say that?
Well, 'cause like the devouring is like it kills people, and I think it's getting in here.
I mean, it only kills the unworthy. And we are doing our best to make sure that we harness it in the right way. I should thank you, though, for your contribution. That sample that you sent us was mighty helpful.
So, I guess, what is it that you do exactly?
Me specifically, or the organization as a whole?
I guess all of you. It looks like it's just a bunch of science stuff.
Oh, absolutely. We are intelligent individuals that are attempting to harness the divine energy of our Savior. I mean, because this is all a test. To see if we are worthy of his presence, of his power, after our ancestors sinned, of course.
Aaron.
Right. So why do you think he is our savior?
Well, all of these other deities are just complacent in the way the world works. He's the only one that's really trying to make a change here. He's testing us.
Do you think it's good that he's killing most of the world?
Not up to him. He is just the power. He does not make the choices. It is up to us and the people to really decide to go down the path that he's laid out before us.
And what is that path?
To become our better selves, our greater selves. I mean, I can even sense it in you that you've made a connection.
Oh, were those little crystal things the same?
Those are the concentrated vestiges of power.
So you think it's better for people to have the devouring?
Better, worse, depends on the individual, and I guess not everyone survives it. It is a risk, but everyone here knows what they're doing. As long as people stay out of our way, we have no intention of forcing anyone to do anything, but...
So... your mission is really just to... wait and see what happens?
Our mission is to advance humanity.
Yeah, but like, if it's up to everyone else to decide if they, like, die or follow the path or whatever, it seems like you don't necessarily need to have a hand in that.
Well, we want to make sure the option's available to as many people as possible. We are close to a breakthrough. You see Rutha kind of like gets closer at that point. We are very close to a distributable product.
Oh, I get it.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if you no longer ever have to worry about the devouring? If we could reclaim the lands outside the cities?
Hmm.
No longer stuck under these governmental systems that lie to us?
So you're trying to make a version that doesn't kill people?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about harnessing the power.
I really don't get it then. Why are you... It seems like you do bad things sometimes. But
Well,
this doesn't seem like a bad thing.
there are those in power that believe messing with the devouring at all is bad. And to be frank, we are not the first group that has attempted this types of experiments and tactics. The list of dead that Aophic has sentenced is staggering. But that's not something they like to advertise now, is it? I mean, you were there for the collapse of our old facility. How many people do you think perished in that earthquake?
Probably a lot, huh?
Good half of our forces buried in those catacombs, thousands of feet below the surface. I mean, those casks are some of the biggest hypocrites of all, if we're being perfectly honest. It's well known that they are the forefront of genetic experimentation in Aophic, yet they hunt us down for our experiments. I don't know if you've seen any of the modifications that they do on their own people.
So, I guess... Is there somewhere that you learned about whatever happened before? About, like, all these truths? Because I feel like I don't know nearly the whole story.
Well, unless you just happen to be able to access knowledge that's been lost for centuries, your best bet's probably the... She kind of like looks around. Probably take a pilgrimage to the Great Flame.
And what is that?
It's a temple of sorts. Dead center between the three cities.
Oh.
Where his presence can be felt the most. It's quite the journey, though. Not for the faint of heart, but that's where I learned all my information. That's where I first spoke to him. When he gave me my purpose.
Okay. I guess, in the meantime, is there anything you need help with?
Are you offering your services?
Yes.
Now, before I start making requests, how far are you willing to go?
I don't want to hurt my friends, but if everything you're saying is true, then I don't know, I think it makes sense.
Well, if you do end up making your way to the Great Flame, if you could bring back a spark for us, that would be invaluable. But within the city, sorry for the sneaking around, but we do notice that you've entered the Cask Estate before. There are papers in their research facility that relate to how the Devouring interacts with constructed creatures, constructs. It seems to have a different effect on them than those with biological parts and such. If you could retrieve a copy of those researches, that would be more than helpful for us.
I'll see what I can do.
Understood. Well, before you leave, can I see that bracelet of yours real fast?
Oh, yeah.
She pulls out a little kind of amethyst gemstone that seems to have a little pulse of energy in it. And she touches the gemstone up to your bracelet, and you watch as both of them kind of pulse at separate rhythms for a second before they kind of link up. There you go. Now, if you need to contact me directly, just send me a little message, why don't you?
Okay. I think she starts to make her way out, and then, like, as she's turned around, she goes, oh, and one more thing. Is Lily also part of the eclipse? Or is she just wearing your stuff? You know, the other one?
She said that you'd ask about her. She told me to give you a message that she is she has to apologize that your meeting can't be any sooner, but she looks forward to reconnecting with you. Whatever that means.
I'm looking forward to it too. And she, steps out.
Absolutely. They let you on your way. You also notice that your watch kind of marks this location for you to come back to.
Perfect.
But then it kind of immediately glitches and hides the information, disguising it as something else. So unless you were looking for it, you wouldn't know it was there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I think I've got time for one more thing tonight. So anyone else looking to get some stuff done before we jump back into it next week? We can do as much stuff off camera, but as far as roleplay and interaction goes, this is going to be getting close to the end for our time skip.
if no one else has something, there's one last thing that I want to do. Does anyone have any objections or any things that they want to do?
Nar.
I can spend money another time. It doesn't need
Yeah.
roleplay
We
stuff.
can always
Same.
we can always spend money off screen.
Yep.
Okay.
Seems like it's all you.
Yay. Winnie, Sam, where would Winnie be after class? Not where would Sam be?
You know, it's the hair. Anyway.
It's exactly what it is. It's throwing me through a loop.
Where would she be?
Does she still run deliveries?
Yeah, she does. So she would either be at the windmill that she took you to, or she'd be just kind of like flying around low around the school just for kicks on her broom. You can choose either place, but those are just the two places I think should be most likely.
So, stop me if this doesn't sound like something that would happen.
Okay.
But, she's coming back possibly from a delivery of some kind, and what she sees as she's flying to the windmill is, everyone's favorite little blue bard trying to scale the tower because he doesn't know how to get in besides the way that they went in before.
Hate that.
He is just trying to climb up because he doesn't realize there's a door down there, if there is one.
Yeah, there is. Okay. She's gonna like slowly float over till she's like beside you, and she's just like, "What you doing?"
Zephyr fault. No, I'm just kidding.
Go.
Oh, Winnie. So I was trying to find you. And I didn't know how to get in.
So you climbed the windmill.
He's probably a good 4 or 5 stories up right now.
Yeah, he's probably he's decently high up.
He's like,
sure.
yeah, so I remember we went in on the broom last time and there's a way up, but how often am I gonna put tower climbing to use, Right? He's like, it's the awkward chuckle of, I need an excuse. This looks stupid. I look stupid.
Just get on.
Okay.
Just get on the broom.
He climbs on the broom.
You want to go in or out?
I just wanted to talk to you, so
Okay.
wherever.
It just instead of flying down, it just kind of goes vertically all the way down.
When he starts humming elevator music. No.
Yeah, and then they
So they get to the bottom, and Zephyr goes, so basically I have been asking around to my sister and a few people, and so anyway, basically what I was thinking. No, hold on, I got this. So, Winnie, I was wondering, if, you were, if you were on board, look, I like you. A lot, and I'm a little awkward guy. I don't know. I haven't had this kind of like feeling towards someone before, despite being a bard. Tavia makes that very clear that that's something that should be normal. But do you want to like go out sometime, like on a date?
Aw.
Zephyr, by the way, if you look really closely, like, the color has drained from his face and his knees are very obviously shaking. Like, he is a awkward, shy little boy.
Aw, baby boy. She just kind of like, she's quiet for a second, because it's like, and it looks bad on the outside. She's like, but like, she's just processing it in her head. So she's more thinking than she is like, what the fuck? She's just like, oh, yeah, all that would make sense. Like, kind of going through. But she blushes a little bit.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I've never really done the whole dating thing. So, sure.
Now it looks bad for Zephyr because now he's just sitting there.
He just falls to his knees.
Way long. Not even. He's just solid. Like he has not moved. Has not blinked. Way longer than he should have. And he goes, "Okay, yeah, I understand." Wait, what?
What? Are you good? I don't.
No.
Zephyr, this isn't a situation.
No,
this is just a.
Look, I don't know what the next step is. I haven't done this before. You said yes, so. Zephyr's face is like bright red. He goes, "Okay." Awesome. So, sometime maybe this weekend we can figure that out. I mean, you know how to find me and vice versa. Oh, that was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of live together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. That's not enough. It's every idiot. So cool. I will see you then.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're on the ground now, right? Like you took us all the way
Yeah.
down.
You're still on the building. No.
Zephyr kind
No,
of
we're on
just
the
starts
ground.
like he starts walking, and he turns the corner like to start heading back towards the tower. And if you were to turn the corner after him, he would have been gone. He just started like sprinting. You hear like a cheer in the distance.
So
and
funny.
naturally he runs and tells his sister.
She does go to like follow him, being like, "Are you good?" Like, it's like she turns the corner with her broom,
There's
and you
like,
just
a little
see like,
smoke cloud in the
Yeah,
shape of
like,
Zephyr's
yeah.
body.
and he's like all the way down, going woo. And her broom, it's like, you know how like in Scooby Doo where they're like at the wall and then like they're above each other. It's her and the broom goes, and she's like, "Stop it! Stop! It's not that big of a
Oh, I
deal.
love
Stop
that.
it!"
It's just like,
He's like, "Aw, stop!"
but yeah, with that, I think we're gonna call it an episode. We're gonna pick up at the end of our time skip next time. Kind of jumping back into the adventure as a whole, our party dealing with the devouring, and what are the next steps, and maybe, just maybe, what lies outside of Aophik.
Oh,
Wait, Did we just
Right.
end the session without trauma and or?
I know.
Like
It feels
extreme
weird.
Suspense?
It's
It feels
illegal.
wrong.
This
Illegal!
Feels wrong, but I think we should take it
I
for what
think,
we
yeah.
can.
Who knows
It's
how
called-
long it will have
Gonna
been.
get
It's
worse.
called the calm before the storm.
For a reason. Yeah.
It has to be calm for there to be storm.
But thank you all for joining us tonight. Julia.
Drink your water. I don't have
Or
mine
don't.
on me. It's in the other room because I got all situated, but that's false, and you
Drink.
need to drink water.
Drink your water.
It's good for you.
Drink
It's
your
how
water.
you Keep
Wait,
your
wait.
body
Drink
healthy.
your water.
Drink it.
Drink it!
Drink it.
Our channel gets like
YouTube
completely
hashtag
deleted.
hashtag fake prop.
Fake prop.
Hashtag fake prop. Hashtag pranked.
Get pranked.
Anyway, good night, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Good
We will
night.
see you next time.
Bye bye.